Now that you've completed the border, we are on to our next step. So if you remember, we had these packets that we used for our clay plaques, and we're going to use them again. You had chosen an animal, and you're going to choose an animal for your Mithila as well. Now you can hold your paper horizontally or vertically. So in this packet, as you know, there are lots of different animals that you can choose to draw from. And if I were doing the chimpanzee, I would want to hold my paper vertically because the chimpanzee is up and down. I am going to do this crocodile. And so I'm going to hold my paper horizontally, not vertically, because the crocodile is more horizontal than it is vertical. Now, if you remember, we created a double border on this outside edge. And we are going to need to create a double border around our animal. But first, we are going to draw our animal in. So I'm going to start by making sure that my animal is nice and large. So I think I'm just going to use, let's see, I think I'll use this one to draw from. And so, and you can certainly start from the beginning and work your way through. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to begin with just the basic shape. So I have this body here, and then I have the head, and then notice that I have kind of this V shape where the mouth is kind of coming in. And I'm doing this very quickly so you kind of get the idea. And you know that this takes lots of practice, so I've been drawing for quite a long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make the tail come around the back. I'm going to add, here's the hip coming down and the feet. Looks like he's kind of has some shorter feet and claws there. And then this one, again, kind of that short hip. Now remember, the lines that you don't need, you can erase. So there's quite a few lines in here that are not needed. I can go ahead and, oh, I kind of forgot this part of the eye. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the eye right here. And I am going to add the teeth. And I don't think I'm going to show the inside of the mouth because I don't really have to. It's okay. It's okay if this is a little stylized. And then, or I've changed it a little bit. And then remember, if you add back feet, you can, the back feet need to be shorter because they are farther away. Okay? So I may not, and you may have an animal who's so low to the ground that you may not see the back feet, but that gives you an example. The next thing you're going to do, once you have your animal kind of drawn in, and this looks like there's a line here that kind of comes down and goes around, you are going to do the double outline, or what I liked, as you've heard me call before, the bubble. So I'm going to start out here, and I'm just going to kind of create a bubble all the way around my animal. And notice how I'm really taking my time and I'm making sure that there's space here and I'm following the lines. And notice here I didn't go all the way in. I'm just kind of creating an outline. So it kind of looks like he's encased in a bubble. We're going to do this all the way around. I'm following the lines of the animal, and it may actually go off a little bit there. Now once you've done that, you can now go in and you can add your pattern and your design. My expectation is that you're not necessarily adding this pattern and design, but you might add something different. So I might decide that instead of adding these stripes and circles coming down, that maybe I've decided that I'm going to add hearts in this part of the crocodile. And maybe, and again, it could be a pattern or it could be a design. Maybe in through here, I'm going to add dots. maybe, so I might finish my dots going all the way up, and some dots I might see, and some dots might be kind of around the body, kind of going where you can't see the entire dot, especially if it gets skinny towards the end. So I might just go around and I just might, try, maybe a different pattern here and a different pattern here. When that's done, you're going to add kind of your horizon line. I might decide if he is stepping in maybe a little puddle, maybe there's some grass growing around the side. I would have to erase these lines in here because you're not going to see the horizon line on front of the grass because the grass should be on front. I might go in and I might decide that, oh, maybe this is, I don't know, maybe there's a desert here. I have no idea. There could be a tree back here. I'm not sure what I want to draw back there. Maybe I put in a sun. And so maybe my sun, remember you're designing a sun. So nothing that is a kindergarten sun. Design your own sun. You decide what it looks like. And it's okay if it goes behind, underneath the border. Maybe there's some clouds. Maybe there is a little butterfly kind of flying in the air. Okay, so we got a little butterfly flying in the air. So this is what you are going to work on today. Now, if by chance you actually finish this and it's looking pretty spectacular, then you are going to be able to take a permanent marker from this bin and you are going to be very careful and you are going to trace all of your pencil lines. So that means the border. It means the designs inside your border. It means all of your background information. It means all the information on your animal, and that is including your dots. So this is a good way to remember that maybe you shouldn't make things that big. Like if you do a design on the inside, maybe keep it simple and don't make it too small, because you'll see I'm having kind of a hard time getting all these dots in because of the permanent marker. So maybe I can go in and make them a little bit bigger and maybe don't have as many. Okay, so everything is going to get traced. And that is as far as I want you to go today, if you even get that far. If you by chance finish, which I honestly don't think you will, but if you do, then you can put this away and you can get out observational drawing, do a book to read, or the dice game. So that is your next step for your Mithila drawing. I really want you to do a nice job. Take your time, don't rush. And remember, this is what's going to be going up for our Spring Arts Festival coming up in April. So have fun, take your time, and I can't wait to see what you have created.